Welcome to Beyond, the place where hidden worlds, ancient secrets, and untold stories come alive. Today, we're diving into one of the greatest mysteries on Earth, a journey through the ancient Amazon to the modern Amazon, fast-forwarded through thousands of years of life, power, danger, and transformation. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to Beyond and turn on all notifications, because every week, we take you deeper into the unknown. Let's go beyond what the world thinks. Deep in the heart of South America, where sunlight filters through endless sheets of green and giant rivers carve their paths through the earth like liquid roads, lies a world older than memory itself. The Amazon, a place that feels eternal, ancient, alive. But the Amazon we see today is only the final chapter of a story that began thousands of years ago. A story of rise, collapse, rebirth, and survival. Our journey begins long before the word Amazon even existed, back when this land was nothing more than raw earth, winding rivers, and the first humans who dared to venture into this vast, unpredictable paradise. They arrived quietly, small groups walking across open grasslands and early woodlands, following animal trails and river currents. At first, they were afraid. Everything here felt larger than life. The storms, the snakes, the trees that touched the clouds. But slowly, these early humans learned its rhythm. They watched how jaguars hunted silently with eyes glowing in the dark. They studied how medicinal plants grew beside poisonous ones, like they were both protecting each other and warning intruders. They learned that the river was not just a river, but a highway that could feed you, drown you, or take you hundreds of miles away. And from fear came understanding. From understanding came culture. And from culture came civilization. As centuries passed, the people of the Amazon didn't just live with the forest. They shaped it. They created deep black soil called terra preta, soils richer and more fertile than anything nature could make alone. They carved vast networks of canals to farm fish long before modern aquaculture existed. They built villages aligned with celestial events and connected by roads so straight they challenged the forest's wildness. And they lived not in small scattered tribes but in large, organized societies. Millions of people spread across thousands of kilometers, speaking different languages but connected by the rivers that acted as the Amazon's beating heart. This was not an untouched wilderness. It was a thriving human world hidden beneath leaves, hidden beneath time. These ancient Amazonians worshipped the forest as both a provider and a spirit. To them, every animal carried meaning. A pink river dolphin wasn't just an animal. It was a messenger between worlds. A jaguar wasn't just a predator, it was a guardian. Even the tiny poison frogs, glowing with impossible colors, were protectors in their own way, warning the people of danger through their very skin. Nights were filled with stories, danced around fires, stories of giant serpents that lived in the rivers, sky spirits that controlled the storms, and forest beings that protected the land. These stories weren't fantasy. They were how they explained the power of the world around them, a world so alive it felt like it could hear them breathe. For thousands of years, this civilization flourished. Villages rose, trade expanded, art blossomed. Pottery emerged with patterns that still confuse archaeologists today. Feathers of rare birds became symbols of power. And for the longest time, the Amazon lived in balance. Humans shaped the forest, and the forest shaped humans. But everything changed in the 1500s when strangers arrived from across the ocean. They came in boats that seemed like floating beasts, carrying weapons that thundered like the sky. At first, they were welcomed with curiosity. They wrote about massive settlements along the Amazon River, bustling trade markets, warriors painted in bright colors, and ceremonial centers built with astonishing precision. These early explorers described a world full of life and culture. But with them came diseases, silent, invisible killers, smallpox, measles, influenza. Illnesses that the ancient Amazonians had never seen and could not fight. Within one lifetime, entire villages vanished. Forests swallowed the roads. Homes turned to soil. The songs, the stories, the knowledge, all disappeared into the jungle that grew back stronger than ever, as if trying to hide the heartbreak beneath its roots. By the time future explorers returned, the people were gone. The civilization was gone. And the world believed the Amazon had always been nothing more than untouched wilderness. A green void, a blank space, but the truth was simply hiding. For centuries, the forest held onto its secrets, roots curling around ancient plazas, vines covering ceremonial mounds, soil burying all memory of the millions who once lived here. As the forest reclaimed the land, nature began to rule again. In this reborn Amazon, every day became a battle for survival. The rivers filled with creatures that moved like shadows. Black caimans, sharp-toothed piranhas, electric eels generating shocks strong enough to stop a heart. Jaguars patrolled the night like silent kings. Anacondas, the true giants of the waters, glided through the muddy rivers with ancient patience. Millions of insects fought their own endless war, building invisible empires in the soil. Life exploded in every direction, from the tallest emergent trees to the microscopic fungi glowing under the forest floor. The Amazon transformed into Earth's most powerful engine of life, breathing oxygen, creating rain, shaping weather for entire continents. But the modern world soon stormed into this ancient paradise. Chainsaws replaced bird calls, fires replaced lightning, roads cut through the forest like scars across a living body. The Amazon, once the cradle of ancient civilization and the home of countless species, became a battlefield between nature and human greed. Trees that took 100 years to grow were erased in minutes. Rivers that once ran free were polluted. Animals lost their homes. And quietly, slowly, painfully, the Amazon began to die. Yet even in its struggle, the Amazon stands strong. It is wounded but breathing, weak but fighting. And its guardians, the indigenous tribes who survived the collapse of the ancient world, still protect the forest with knowledge passed down through generations. They know the plants, the rivers, the spirits, the stories. They carry wisdom that existed before recorded history. In their chants, their rituals, their daily lives, the memory of ancient Amazonia still lives. Today, when we fly drones above the treetops or use laser technology to scan the ground, we find traces of the lost world. Perfect circles, giant squares, long roads, buried villages. Proof that the Amazon was never empty. Proof that a great civilization once lived, breathed, and dreamed here. And proof that the forest remembers everything, even when humans forget. The Amazon is not just a place. It is a timeline, a heartbeat, a reminder that life can grow, fall, and rise again. And as we watch it today, its rivers winding like stories, its storms roaring like ancient gods, its trees standing like silent witnesses, we realize something powerful. The Amazon has protected life for thousands of years, and now, for the first time in history, it is the Amazon that needs us. Because this is not just the story of a forest. This is the story of humanity, our past, our present, and maybe our only chance for a future.